but we shall be progressing with just the three of us, or the four of us. I only consider you three people for now. I'm just the robot who makes the game work. Where were we? So I believe we last left off deciding that... Well, actually, yeah, I like to have you guys do the recap. Someone, tell us what happened last time. It's gonna be Aaron, I guess.
Aaron, our resident
All right.
historian.
Last time, we found the thief by the name of Franklin on his way to
Frederick.
his hometown.
Still was Frederick.
Frederick.
He really wants him to be called
Right.
Franklin, though.
Yes. I don't know why, but yes, Frederick.
Is there some guy named Franklin you
Was
just really
our
don't
thief.
like?
No. I have never met a Franklin. I do know a Frederick, but not a Franklin.
Okay.
So Frederick, and we found him cowering underneath the tree as a giant turkey attacked. We fought off the turkey, and we got Frederick to safety.
Osama fought off the turkey.
Ventorum helped.
A little bit.
I mean, yeah, I was relying on your grapple at first because I didn't want to slice the turkey up.
I believe they call that
But-
carving.
Yes. I wasn't ready to carve the turkey. We recovered all of Aphid's gold. And Frederick told us that the money was going to be used for mercenaries to help protect his village due to the increase rumors of dragon sightings. We went to Wild Yonder to collect our reward, as well as look more into the dragon sightings, knowing that Osama, Ventorum, and Kethis have met the dragon before. And there was a job about people and lives. So we decided we were going to check that out.
All right. Just wanted to make sure that's about what I was thinking you were doing. You were planning to go to the job to take that job, and you have rested for a week and you're good to go. And man, I really should probably make myself a little taller in this chair because I keep like leaning forward and then I'm out of frame. But then if I sit back, then I'm like out of frame this way. Okay. Also, Nolan has a camera now. Yay.
Problems of being tall.
Yes. I'm not sure. I think there's like a slight, I don't know,
Warp?
slight fisheye, but
Yeah, there is on
Yeah,
this thing
it's
too. It's weird.
yeah.
That's what the cheaper ones have, and to get a wide-angle lens, they just put a fisheye on it. But I think both of these cameras look pretty dang good. Mine was like $30, and yours was like 20, right?
Something. Yeah, I got a coupon that I used. Amazon. I think it was the same. It's the same, like, what is it? The Alibaba model or design you and I have, but like just two different companies that supplied it.
Well, cool. Remembering what we have just done, I will also remind you that you saw the other adventuring party head out about a week ago as well.
Mm-hmm.
To do
And I had asked.
something with the There's something to do with the Jotun troubling some outpost up north. So they were going to deal with that. And yeah, you had talked to the Enju in their party.
Giuseppe. Yep, Giuseppe asked him to talk to the spearman. What was his name again?
Something edgy.
Yeah, it was definitely something edgy. I know the name. We all know the name. Anyway, asking to put in a good word to see if I can't get some lessons on how to use a spear.
Indeed, his name was Rendar. Rendar.
No, not this guy.
Oh, you. Oh no. Oh
Rendar
yeah.
is-
No, that's not the edgy guy. You were talking about
Hypalon.
Hypalon. Hypalon's not
Hypalon.
edgy.
Hypalon, that's his name. Hypalon. Yeah, Hypalon.
Spearman.
Who I'll hopefully get some spearman.
All right. So where shall we head from here? You've rested for a week. You've gone to your classes, done all that background stuff. You're feeling better. Where to?
What was the town in which people were disappearing?
The town in which people were disappearing was... better be written down.
Frederick
Eldaron.
is from Clogarm.
Eldaron.
Eldaron, yes.
I say we head to Eldaron.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Maybe we should bring see if Beatrix wants to come with. Beatrix wants to come with us.
oh, that'd be a good idea.
Especially since our potion master is
He needs to
he'll
catch
probably do some extra credit work to catch up in class.
right. He's focusing on all of his efforts there.
Yeah,
Indeed. Oh,
can't go and then discussing.
and I would also like to say that in celebration or recognition of May the 4th be with you, which was this week, each one of you can have a Starbuck. How's that sound? You get one Starbuck. A Starbuck.
Those are really harmful if you don't know what they are.
So Starbuck is going to function, Nolan, as a hero point that you can use at any moment. It's basically like an itemized hero point. I give those out for a bunch of different
Okay.
things.
Okay.
It was also Teacher Appreciation Week this week.
Aaron gets a teacher buck.
Yay!
Hey, wait a second. The Starbucks that we had before from 3 years ago.
I think those expired.
Mm-mm. You still got them. No, you've got them. You actually gave them to you, Aaron.
Yeah.
I did give some. I still have one, but I know that you still have some too, Aaron.
Oh, I do. I know. I have
And
two.
those did a +1 to any skill. It was used as like a full-on.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, so I had that written down and we talked about it. So it's totally okay if these are given as hero points. These are like
That'll be
degraded
fine.
Starbucks.
You can do that instead.
Not really.
Do that for the Starbuck. So it'll add a +1 to your score for one roll. Aaron, your teacher point is just a hero point though, because teachers are heroes, right?
That's fine by me.
Same thing.
All right.
Yeah, we gotta have we gotta have holiday recognitions, even if they're not real holidays.
Oh,
None of you are
May
mothers,
the
right?
4th is a real holiday. No, I'm not a mother.
Alright, let's... Oh, this is... I thought I was looking at Skype this whole time. It's been OBS. I'm smart. We're going to go ahead and... I'm just going to put down the name of this place for people. We're going to... Eldaron.
All right.
Ooh.
We go. We probably recruit Beatrix with us.
Yes.
All right.
And then
Um,
didn't Aphid say he wanted to go?
Yes, yes. Aphid, kind of in the last session was like, I guess this happened at the Adventurers Guild. As he was kind of like handing in the receipt and doing all the paperwork for you guys to get paid, kind of expressed interest in tagging along with you guys.
the Adventurers Guild here is called Wild Yonder. It is the largest adventuring guild in the
Wow.
world. It's also the largest guild with the most members in the world, with member counts in the thousands. And there's a very large branch here, with a very, very nice hall, which these two frequent a lot. So, yeah, if you want to go find Theatrix and ask her to come, you walk through the human part of through the dormitories, realizing just how many doors there are that you have to walk past before you actually get to your rooms. You finally notice, that's maybe a little weird. You don't know what's in those doors. They all look the same. Or I guess there's not really doors. You just walk down a very large hallway before getting there. And yeah, if you ask Theatrix to come, she's glad to. She's like, oh yeah, I could actually I could actually gather some herbs down in that area that aren't very common around here.
Now, would Aphid be able to bring his his assistant person that he?
Yes, I mean, as an NPC, sure. If you want to develop him into one of our usable NPCs, feel free to do that. We need to kind of figure out what he can do.
Okay.
But he could actually work perfectly, because I assume technically he's being paid to be your vassal, right? He's not a slave.
Yeah.
Technically.
No.
So he could be really good to just throw some money at or whatever, but he could come along with you. Might be interesting to work him into some kind of trait. That would be interesting. Yeah, he could play a little bit more of a role. For now, though, I don't think we've really established much about him, right?
No, I don't even think we had a name for him in the first session. I think I just kind of, this is my assistant, in very offhand kind of way of introducing him.
I think that was perfect. I don't think you should know anything about him. We can just put that on you. We'll put all the work on you, Ember.
Yeah, I did have a degree of an idea with him. Aphid hasn't really told you his story, but this is somebody that Aphid trusts to a degree. Yeah. And he seems to be somewhat reliant on this person too. Well, not dependent, but there is a degree of respect and loyalty. How that works, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so you're capable of loyalty. That's good. that fares well for us.
So we are, I guess, yeah. So you head off to Elderon, where the job had been requested. It's
Definitely say bye to Thorg as he flies on by, helping little old ladies. As we go out of town.
Yes, the mighty Torg gives you a nice salute as he flies through the sky, carrying just cattle for all of the old cattle herds. One in each hand, a few stacks.
Hi, Torg.
He's got the Zelda powers. He can hold 64, a stack of 64 cows or whatever in each item slot.
Mikey Thorg.
Upon arriving at Elderon, you find a relatively, smaller town. It's just kind of what you're used to, kind of what Ventorum, well, I guess you didn't grow up in a town, did you? Okay, so none of you have grown
Nope.
up in a town like this. It's a standard human settlement. You got your fences, you got your tall grass. Actually, quite tall grass. It's almost as though things haven't been grazing as much as they usually are. And you do see open fields that have just a few cattle and goats and stuff in it. There's nothing particularly conspicuous about this town, but you see a dog laying out that should theoretically be protecting the herds. And you are able to this is probably important. You were given a name of the person to find who gave you the request, who put out the request, one Jeremiah.
I suppose we should find
Jeremiah.
I guess we shall seek out this Jeremiah.
Okay. So let's. How do we find him? We ask around.
You see a distinct lack of children in the streets, but you do see, near the different farms you have farmhouses, and no one's really out.
Is there
No,
like a town center?
Is it like shuttered? Like nobody's out in the sense that they're hiding? Like you see all the window shutters shut, the doors are visibly like barred closed.
You get that sense. We'll say that right now the sun is setting by the time you get to the village. You've traveled through the day and you get there early evening.
Oh, in that case, is there a Wild Yonder Hall
There
in this
is
town?
not.
Okay. But
We
is
should
there an
look
inn in
like
the
Oh
town?
yeah, sure. There's definitely an inn. You're able to, after walking down what seems to be the main street, you do see a building with one of those little swingy signs. A larger building. That I really need to get like a list of tavern names specifically. I'm thinking a cauldron. It's called like the Cracked Cauldron. That's a good name. It's called the Cracked Cauldron.
I imagine it's more of a human inn.
A what?
It's more of a human-sized inn.
It's about an elf-sized inn.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can maybe manage it.
And it is open if you try to go through the doors. Then the door, it's not locked.
That is what I'll.
You are greeted somewhat begrudgingly by a young girl. Young as in like 20 or something.
Okay.
She looks at you and says, "Hello. Where are you coming in from then?"
Oh, we're from Unabruder. Got a job with Wild Yonder there. We're here to see Jeremiah about some disappearances.
Oh, you're here to work for Jeremiah. He's the larger farmhouse over by, well, what used to be the largest ranch around here. You might see his dog outside.
All right.
I'm having a bit of an Arizona
So-
moment. as my computer is giving me an alert suddenly that just says it's red with a picture of flames, and it says 101 fire weather.
Oof.
Okay.
Oh wow, is it really 100? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was interesting. It's just like a flame as the temperature.
Alright.
Oh, it's fun.
Sorry to interrupt. Carry on.
So, you said that the sun was just going down, right?
Yes, sun is setting, mid-set.
Okay. Here. So I was thinking maybe we pay Jeremiah a quick visit before he sat down for the night, just to let him know that we're here. Maybe get some information and figure out where we can start in the morning.
Okay.
Good idea.
You are able to, well, at least Osama definitely noticed the dog laying there with a little, like, scarf tied around its neck. Kind of a white,
It's over there.
yeah, like a white, we'll say like a wolfhound. White wolfhound kind of dog that looked as old as Ventorum, probably.
Oh wow,
Old dog.
in dog years, that's really old.
Yeah. In human years, it's pretty old too, you old man. What are you like? No, you. How old are you? You're like older than I'm thinking you are. 26?
Oh, so yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was thinking you were like 17. Okay, he's not like a decrepit walking pile of stilts, but yes.
All right. So, what do we knock on the door? Am I gonna knock on the door myself? You know,
I'll knock on the door, so you don't.
I might scare him if I knock on the door.
Yeah, I'll knock on the door. Aphid, are you there with us?
Yes, Aphid. Well, so Aphid was probably being very extra at the end about our rooms. And, you know, he was like inspecting things. Like, I'll have your finest room, Miss Hines, which is my assistant. Could you please set that up for us? And he has like a whole. She's like this muscular woman, I imagine, and she's like carrying this massive backpack of like just unnecessary things, and he took like an extra amount of time setting everything up and looking nice, and he's probably lagging a bit behind you guys as you left, and it was as you were knocking on the door was just catching up to you, like, where did you guys go? I was just setting up the fur rug.
Oh.
Okay.
You said it.
Just share the book with Torum and Theatrix and just be like, you guys.
After knocking on the door, and you know, it takes a moment during which the huffing. You call it Mr. Pines?
Ms.
Hines, your vassal is a female.
Yeah, I was imagining like I was thinking of like a butler type, but then I realized that's very cliche. I was thinking, okay, like a middle-aged, very in shape, or older woman, like probably his babysitter.
Like,
but like, yeah, like she like trying. Yeah, exactly.
The nanny's here.
The nanny.
I was picturing like I don't know if you've.
That's where the loyalty comes from.
I don't know if you've seen Sing, but I was picturing that freaking lizard assistant. It's like 120 years old with an eyeball that falls out every 5 minutes.
What?
And does all of the manual labor. It's like, oh, she's been in my family for generations.
I was thinking of someone different. If you In Hunter x Hunter, what a Killa was.
Yeah.
Butlers, the one lady.
Oh, oh yeah, yeah.
You do hear like some sliding for a somewhat extended period of time, as though there are several locks being undone on the other side of this door before it creaks open, and a kind of pointed face old man with white hair and like the big bushy eyebrows and all that juts his chin out and says, who's there?
I'm Ventorum from Wild Yonder. Is this Jeremiah?
Hello.
Yeah, who's asking?
I just told you, I'm Ventorum.
So you did, I suppose.
Also, this is Aphid, Theatrix, and Osama, and Miss Hines.
All right. He opens the door, reaches out and like grabs your hand and says, "Let me see you. Let me give you the look down." And he starts like inspecting your hands and bobbing his head around your face and sniffing you. And he says, "You're dirty. Nice and dirty. Good. I can trust you." Him, on the other hand, he smells too pretty.
Obviously referring to aphid.
Oh, how do you know this is a coconut oil based perfume? I've had to smuggle this across state lines, well, across country lines.
Okay, I see. A felon. All right, I can trust him too. So, you're here then to deal with the oogity spoogities that are happening in the night.
Oogity spoogities.
Yes. Is there any information about these, as you call them, oogity spoogities?
I've lost 6 cattle just this last 2 months. I used to be the wealthiest farmer around here. And now look at my poor dog. It's gone hours without eating. And there's been some children going missing and things like that too. We've put the town on a lockdown. As you might tell, there is a rather early curfew. I'd say, well, no one really knows exactly what's happening. There's been reports of some flapping noises, like a tent in a wild wind.
Well, perhaps. And this usually happens at night?
Doesn't seem to have happened in the day.
Well, perhaps we just need to be on the lookout tonight and see what comes up. We might have gotten here just in the nick of time. What do you say, Ventorum? Aphid, we can catch this thing tonight.
I suppose I was hoping to get some rest, but yeah, if we can expedite the process, I definitely agree.
Excellent. Now then, go make yourselves useful. You two look like strapping young men. Why don't you, and he doesn't even seem to notice how tall you are, Osama. He pats you on the knee like it's your head, and then he says, "You can use the pretty one as bait. All right, good luck. See you in the morning, maybe." And then he closes the door and starts locking things up.
I feel like the two strapping young men he was talking about are Osama's legs.
Okay. Well, that was a very interesting character. Well, let's How about you all get a room in the inn, and
Oh,
I'll wake you if I'll be outside, and I'll just like get a room with a window. You guys can just climb. I can help you out get out the window. So quick. We can be quick about it.
sounds good to me.
Alright,
The
so-
Theatrix says.
Yeah. I mean, we already have rooms, right? Like, is that what Miss Himes was doing when we left to talk with Jeremiah?
Oh,
Or
I,
is it just
I,
David's room?
Yeah, you're bankrolling us for this one, right, Aphid?
well, I, I, I suppose. He was like put on the spot.
So you are able to secure said rooms, and thanks to the new wealth system, that's not really going to cost you anything.
Great.
So Aphid coughs up from his trust fund money, or whatever it is you have. I don't know if it's a trust fund or just like a bank account that you have access to.
IOUs from the Gargalian family.
Just a bunch of IOUs. That's pretty much what he used to hire you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, Osama, this will be interesting. We're gonna have you just we will have you make a sense check in the night.
I think I have an extra pixel, and maybe it'd be a good idea to invest in sense a little bit to be a little bit more observant. And I remind you, I have no light vision.
You do have no light vision. I think that is fair enough to, at the very least, give you an enhanced roll.
Awesome.
Maybe, yeah, advanced. We'll say an enhanced roll.
I'll take it. Okay. Oh, I had a dice fall out. All right, and that enhancement actually came in handy because I got a 5 and a 3.
Okay.
But I think that's 2 hits.
During the middle of the night, actually it's not even the middle of the night, it's shortly after the sun goes down. Very early night. Early enough that the others might not even necessarily be asleep yet. You hear some, like, sounds coming from the far end of town. Well, I guess you're in the middle of town. From one of the ends of town.
So they're not asleep yet?
Depends on how late they stay up.
I'll just I'll open their window and be like and come on, let's go this way. Maybe I'll grab I'll like reach in so they can I can grab some of them. I know Ventorm will just fly out, so I don't worry so much about him. I'm more about Theatrix and
Okay, so opening her windows, you pick Theatrix up, who was laying on her bed reading an alchemy book, and just yeet her out the window.
No, place her on my shoulder, bro. Come on, we're going.
She adjusts her glasses, gets on her cloak, and grabs the bag of potions she keeps with her and starts clinking. She clinks out the window. She's kind of short. She's a human, and she's a short human. She climbs over I don't even know what it's called, like the windowsill, and like falls out with the sound of glass clinking together. All right, let's go.
All right.
How does Aphid
Yeah, so
react to this summons?
He's very grumpy. Like seeing all the commotion, he's like, all right.
Take the
Fine.
cucumbers off
We'll
your eyes.
go. Takes the cucumbers off his eyes. He's in like silk pajamas, but he
changed into pajamas. You knew we had to leave at a moment's notice. You changed into pajamas. You couldn't stay in your traveling clothes.
Pajamas could be very comfortable for combat.
Oh yeah. But he's like going out the window. Like he is surprisingly mobile.
All right.
Okay.
So
like he's very like nimble going out of it.
I figure all I do is like open Ventorum's window and like give it a little knock, but I don't check on him other than that. I figure he knows what to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ventorum was probably still awake when this happened. And hearing the knock, he's out the window.
Yeah.
Um,
And yeah, so I'm going at a much faster pace than you would normally see me go as well.
around this time, as they're getting out the window, you do hear like a pained cry in the distance.
Do I see anything yet?
Not while you're near the inn. Actually, you're really tall.
Alright.
You might. Yeah, you see a shadow. You see like a shadow in the distance. That's very strange looking. I don't even know how to explain this. Like a C shape, like a hook shape, kind of like carrying off what you imagine to be a cow, like in the distance.
Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna rush towards. I'm gonna try to close the distance as much as I can to really see this thing.
Ventorum is right there with him, flying at full speed. Probably not Mach speed. That's too fast.
Mach 0. Mach 0.2.
Yes, Mach 0.2. A fifth the speed of sound. Probably even less than that.
Yeah.
Like 0.02. Yeah. I fly at Mach 0.02 towards that.
You...
I'll tap into and do speed that is rarely seen.
Yeah. You guys can give me some, give me like a group, check. A group mobility check. So...
Alright, I'll use my whirlwind movement too.
And I'll just be an Endu and I'll pick up the other guys and run off.
So for that, we just all roll our mobility. It's not like a.
So it'll
it's
just be
a
the
group, right?
it'll be the player that has the highest among the group will roll it.
Okay.
And then if anyone else is also proficient, you can roll one extra die.
I'm proficient. I have 2.
All right.
I have a 3 and a special trait for it.
All right, so Aaron, you roll, and I'll roll the assist.
Sounds great.
Alright, so I got a 4 and a 5.
That's plenty.
I didn't get
That is plenty.
any assist.
You get there in time. You both you both get there and are both able to see the yeah, you get there in time to see that it looks like it looked like some kind of bee to you carrying off the cow.
A bee?
Ventorum, you can't quite make it out. To you, it just looked like a hook with wings, But Osama, thanks to
Okay,
your
so I'm
vision,
so good.
thanks to your vision, you can, you know what it is because you have no light vision.
Yeah. Looks like a giant bee. So it's far away.
Oh yes. Sorry.
But
As you
we're-
approach, like you see it carry a cow, like a full-size cow, off into the forest.
Well, yeah, we need to keep. And how far away are we from it? It's too far away for me to try to go and grapple.
Yeah, you're probably like a football field or two away. Say a football field and a half. 150 yards.
All right. I'm gonna. The question is there more than one of these things? You know, if it's a bee, if it's anything like bees or insects, but matches the description of what we've kind of been hearing. Yeah, I'm gonna keep trying to close the distance until I'm close enough to grapple it.
Well, you see it as it's going into the trees.
Well, I guess we.
Yeah,
Go to the
I mean,
trees.
Forest.
you do see like blood on the ground and like a trail dripping into the woods.
Oh, well, that cow is not a happy cow then. Nope. All right, well, everyone's. Oh, I'll just glow so everyone can see us. Say, follow me and keep up. And I'll lead the way since I probably have the clearest vision. And we'll follow this blood trail.
You are able to. Let me see. What do you have, Nalin? What does this aphid have? Yeah, after a while going into the woods, it's pretty deep in. Maybe like half a mile of walking through the woods and seeing the, there's a healthy amount of blood that you can follow. You do find, you start hearing the sound again.
Uh-oh.
I don't have a healthy amount of blood. I feel like if there's that much blood on the floor, no matter what the creature is, it's not feeling very healthy.
It's healthy for you if you drink it.
Too much iron. Not good for the GI tract, Okay, so we're hearing. It sounds like it's getting closer.
It sounds like you are approaching it.
Oh, good. Well,
My swords are out.
yeah, and I have Star Talon at the ready.
All right, guys, you first. Says Theatrix behind you.
Yeah, I'll. I don't mind taking the lead on this since I have the best vision on it.
You do have. All right. And aphid does have non-threatening.
Nice. Are you glowing at all, Osama?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glowing enough so you guys can at least see your immediate surroundings in the forest.
Cool. Yeah, I'll.
Plus, we're lucky if it's an insect, like has any insect tendencies that will come towards the light.
It's funny you say that. You're entering combat. You hear
Good, that's what I'm here for.
You hear the voo sound getting faster and closer, and two gargantuan wasps, each one large enough for a human to ride, fly toward you and kind of like at first don't seem to really be striking. They hover around a little bit as though they're looking at you, and then they both like dash in, one at each of you. In the
All
front.
right. I slash this thing to ribbons.
Oh, you do, do you?
And I'll grab.
I go for the wings. Or just anything. These things will not survive.
I'm activating my grapple expert here.
I got a single 5, which I'll turn to a 6 using that free hero point you gave me.
All right. I rolled a 6, a 2, and a 1 on my grapple. I re-rolled my 1 into a 6, and I have a +1, so that's a crit. That's 3 hits plus 1, 4 hits on my first grapple on this loss.
Nice.
Okay. Ahem. One moment, I must get this party started a little bit on my end.
Yeah. And I think I also have a constrictor die even on my first grapple check. Is that right?
You do.
But it's okay. It doesn't matter.
Please, in order, restate, and it should be Osama first, theoretically, just because you have the utility of grappling. So you got how many hits on grapple?
4.
4.
From a double 6 plus 1
Holy
because
crap.
I used my grapple expert to increase my 3 to a 3+.
You I mean, you got full control of it immediately.
Yeah,
What was?
that's because I'm the grapple expert.
Oh my gosh! All right, double 6s plus 1. Okay, that's a heck of an opening.
It was double 6 because I re-rolled. I re-rolled my 1 because I rolled a 6, a 2, and a 1, and that 1 turned into a 6. So it was awesome.
Reminder.
That reliable.
Yeah, reminder that that full control. When I say that, I mean like you've completed the challenge. You can.
Oh damn! So I've just like full on. I'm tying it up to a tree, and I'm gonna go on the next one there.
Yeah, or you could like I don't know, crush it, but.
Yeah, I guess I could.
And,
Yeah, I could. I'll probably crush it. It's a wasp.
so
I'm not too worried about.
I guess what happens.
These abominations cannot survive.
Yeah, I guess what happens is as it's flying at you, you shoot Star Talon out like a dart and like penetrate through its carapace all the way through, and then like yank it into yourself and just like break it over your strapping young knee.
I just imagine it wraps around, but it squeezes too tight that it just like pops off at the thorax, and it's like in 2 halves now.
Yeah, you've got some icky ichor dripping down your general bits, your front area that you use to touch things.
Like, I wasn't expecting that.
What was Ventorum's role again? Sheesh, I was like over here like getting the encounter like ready to be run, and it was like yeah 4.
Yeah, I didn't get a 4 this. I didn't get 4 hits this time. I only got 1 hit,
And
and it was a
You got
6. Well, it's a 5, but I used the teacher point to make it a
okay.
6.
So as it's flying at you, you you dodge out of the way and you slash at it, but you don't feel your blade go through the creature's carapace.
Okay.
Also, can you please remind me what the lightsabers do?
They have
They have momentum.
for
That's right.
combat momentum.
Combat momentum.
Right. So if none of my dice fail, I get an extra hit.
Yes, and that's only on combat
But-
checks.
Right. But 2 of my dice failed on this combat check, so
Cool.
nothing happens there.
Aphid and Theatrix, you are risk-free. Although Theatrix can't fight, so unless you want her to.
No, she doesn't have to fight. She has her uses.
Yes.
So we have the other bee creature on Ventorm right now, right? The other one's tied to a tree.
No, it's squished in half. It's
squished. Oh, it's squished
Yeah,
in
Osama
half.
made very he just didn't even care it was there. He was like, "Oh boy."
He broke it over his knee. Yeah. So Aphid, he ducks out into the tree. So this is like this will be my first time in combat with you guys. So I'm still trying to wrap up the combat part of things, or understand the combat part of things. So he does come out of nowhere, like behind, like from wherever he was, he kind of slinked off into the tree line, and then as the
behind my leg.
yeah. Oh, that's not a tree. You kind of see him like holding his dagger in one hand, he has a dagger which you guys have not seen, and it just kind of seemingly comes out of nowhere. And he has his dueling cane, which is sheathed right now, and he's kind of sneaking up on this wasp. So I wasn't sure, like, what how do you guys roll combat? Like, I know I would spend an action to come out of stealth and try to attack this thing.
So combat is rolled exactly like every other skill. You simply roll your combat score, and the amount of hits that you roll is the amount of hits you deal. And if you don't roll a 6, then we'll mitigate. However, at this moment, you're not at risk. So you have no chance of taking damage. Nothing's attacking you.
Okay, cool.
It's distracted, by already attacking Ventorum.
I'm going to roll this in Discord. And with my Jack of Trades, that would bring my combat score up to a 2, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, activate that.
So I will spend that action point and use that roll.
Okay, I see a 6.
6 and 1.
This is actually kind of nice. I still encourage you to use your own dice if you prefer it, but this is actually pretty cool if you want to use the robot. So yeah, you jumping out of the legs, as you push your dagger into it. Similarly, your blade seems to kind of just what's the word, like chance off of it, skate off of the side of it.
So its chitin was like hard or something,
Yes.
and it kind of just slid off.
Exactly.
Okay.
Its chitin seems to be very hard.
Chitin? I don't know how to say it.
Chitin is the stuff that it's like the exoskeleton that insects have.
I always thought it was pronounced chitin, but weird. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know either. I've heard it pronounced chitin. I've heard it pronounced chitin. I just used either or.
Both sound fine.
I believe it's Greek.
All right. So, I should ask. Yeah. I'll figure it out. Don't worry. I'll find out from the source. Well, after probably hearing some like sling of blades not meeting the soft insides of an insect, Osama swings back Star Talon, and as it's dripping in guts, bug guts, wasp innards. I throw it out to wrap around this other wasp. And
This is good.
hmm,
I like
Right,
the I like
my-
the I like the narration. However, we are gonna have to do Ventorum first because he is the one that's being attacked.
oh, that's fair enough.
And Aaron is muted.
This is happening. Like, Aurum, you
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah, you're like aiming at him.
Here.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. We go. So we pass each other with our first attack. We turn around and we're flying in for the next. All right. A 4, 5, and a 1. I'll reroll that 1. Another 5. Ha ha. So that will be 4 hits. 2 5s and a 4. All succeed. So the momentum kicks in.
Oh.
I do not have a 6 though, so I will have to mitigate.
Aaron.
But yeah.
That is fine to have that, but I believe we have like a what's the word? Like a technical, not a technical, but a I can't think of the word right now. Semantic error, I think. I believe you okay. So momentum, I was a little confused about this last time. You are actually using the high roller skill. Momentum is
Oh.
the combo skill to go with high roller, and that's if it was on your previous check, if nothing failed.
Oh, okay.
That's totally fine. So like if you take both, then they both activate, right?
Got it. Okay.
But just so we are on the same page there. All right.
So I changed it to high roller instead of.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
functions exactly the same
Okay.
way. Just we were miscommunicating on the name, which suits
Got
you
it.
perfectly. I named that one after you.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. 4 hits. How much do I take?
How much do you take? Fool! You reminded me. You weren't gonna take any. I forgot.
Oh, that's fine then. I'm fine with that.
I mean,
Uh,
you probably slashed this thing to ribbons, but it's probably got a bad bite on it or a bad sting.
you take 6.
Yeah, that's a bad sting.
You take 6. As you
Ah,
Oh, what? And you're allergic, right?
what? No, no.
no, that
This
was
character has nothing beast related.
that was core 2. So yes.
Yes, I did not give him my phobia. I gave him a different phobia.
All right.
Yeah.
So that does not do health damage though, right?
No, it's universal and physical stress.
All right. And I want to remind you because I think you forgot last time. You have magical bracers of defense.
Oh, but both of my 2 boxes were checked, so it wouldn't make much sense to use that one.
All right. Cool. So yeah, you barely managed to dodge out of the way of its stinger as like this thing moves fast. It's faster than what you're used to fighting against. It has a far better aerial control than you do, or probably better than anything that you've ever faced. And it very quickly whips around and you nearly impale yourself on its stinger, but dodge out of the way at the last moment and cleanly slice it right through the abdomen and, similar to Osama, leave it in 2 pieces in a single strike. With your dang 4s. Nolan, a 4 in this system is a very, very good roll. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not likely. Like, I don't think I've ever rolled 4 hits in a, like, very rare. So we're very specialized in what we do. we invested a lot in our characters to do just this one thing.
Cut up bees?
Yeah.
Wow, you're bad for the environment.
Yes.
Wasps.
Hey, these are wasps. Wasps are not as helpful as bees. Not even close. They're just jerks.
So, after
Yeah, I have no bad feelings.
the
about
ants
it.
of the sky, man. As you slice them, as you slice it in two, and it's like on the ground, its little wings are still beating and twitching around a bit. You still hear the humming sound, but it is quieter.
Oh, there must be more. There must be more of these. In fact, we saw one. We came to the forest. There was two. Hey, Beatrix, do you have anything that kills bugs?
Like a pesticide?
Yeah, like a pesticide.
No. No, I do not.
Oh,
I've got
Okay.
I've got this I mean, of course I have the healing potions. I've got this nifty foam potion that I came up with. I like this one a lot. Ventorum, you remember this. You used it as a bed once. I've got
Yeah, it's
I've
actually
got
really
this
comfortable.
thing. I can make you even bigger than you already are, but that kind of has a history of causing some problems. I could make you float. You know, there's that. That's cool. I mean, I would like. I've
Floating is fun.
Please do not take offense to this, Beatrix. I just am thinking maybe in this moment, Imogene would have been very helpful to have.
She does not like bugs, so I'm not sure.
Oh, well then,
That depends. Do you want the forest to burn down or not?
not really. That is a fair point. I am still glad you are here, Beatrix. We definitely will need your assistance.
All right. I'm sure. I can wait out here if you want. I can go back to the village if you don't think I'm gonna be very helpful. I mean, that's fine by me. I don't like bugs either.
Oh,
At least not ones that are 8 feet tall.
Just be safe, you know. Be safe and out of sight. We will make sure that you are fine, but we might need your help in a moment's notice.
I mean, I was almost impaled. I could go for a healing potion.
Well, there's more buzzing, and chances are we did not solve this village's problem and so easily.
Yeah,
There will be more.
Yeah, you're right. Let's go.
You
Unless,
okay, Storm?
Aphid, do you have an idea?
Oh, me? I've never seen such grotesque-looking creatures.
Let us know if you're scared, Aphid. I know this is your first time out with us.
I am. So I have world
Other
lore,
than-
right? So do I have to? Does that mean like I have to make that into a trait, right? Like that's not
It
for my
means-
character.
Yeah. So world. I'm not. Just kind of explain to me what you mean by that. It basically means that you have knowledge of whatever you choose. So like world, like geography or like events or what.
I would think like geography kind of plays into his character and what his family does, and he might have been educated in different cultures and types of.
Maybe geopolitics?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
so it was like one of the goals, but it was like that was the one that I had on the character sheet.
so world I mean, it really, yeah, if you want it to be like geography, that's totally fine. Or just like tales, like knowledge of different countries and things like that, different realms and areas. That's fine. Also, I want to point out, because I don't see it on your sheet, and I think it's probably something you want. The merchant skill might be helpful for you.
Okay.
I'm just assuming that as a, you know, second in line to House Gardellan, you probably know how to do merchant stuff. Maybe that's why they kicked you out. Maybe you just suck at it. And it's perfectly understandable because that you don't have it on there, because I don't think the sheet has. We're getting there. That should be like the next part that gets updated, but I don't think it's on the official in the book yet, because it's the newest skill. It was just added a month ago with the wealth update. You know what kind of sucks? I've got my fan on, right? But the freaking green screen's blocking the wind. It's not doing much. It is hot in here.
All right, so I guess we're gonna go. Are we really gonna go kick the hornet's nest? You know, you're gonna be fighting a bunch of giant wasps. Oh
Yes.
my god.
I mean, they might have kids in there.
That's true, but based off of that the trail of blood from the cow, I'm not so confident. This is kind of this is kind of bringing up some bad memories.
I know, which is why Ventorum really wants to continue forward. He wasn't able to save everyone from Grandpa Feg, but maybe he can save some more people from these things.
Yeah, we're going through. It's dark. I'll light the way. You know, that's what the nightlight's for.
And hey,
The nightlight is to bring some comfort to children.
and at the very least, if you fail, at least they probably won't be raiding the village for a few weeks, maybe.
Great. What a great sentiment.
It's like delivery.
Thanks.
It's not delivery. It's Osama's like. Yeah, as you advance through the forest, your starlight, your luminescence kind of lighting up the trees like a children's like starlight thing would light up their room, like a little disco ball. You come across a mass, a large, like, difficult to tell the color, but light-colored, whitish mass that seems to be some sort of strange artificial cave. Oh.
That looks about right. This is a big paper wasp nest.
How narrow is the cave?
Nara's not here, Aaron. The cave is... I mean, so these are large wasps that are flying in and out. It's easy for you to get in. Osama, it would be a tight squeeze, but, you know, those Endu are really good at navigating that kind of thing. It's not really going to be an issue for any of you to get inside. We'll say the opening's probably like... I don't even know, like 6 feet wide or something.
Okay. So, I won't feel too enclosed.
Oh, no, you will. You definitely will once you get inside. I forgot about that.
Okay.
Oof.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna help if I'm like in front or behind. You're just gonna feel more.
I mean, if you're in front, it might be a little better. But yeah.
Okay.
So,
I can do first and light the way. I can even try to push out the wall. But how structurally sound is this cave?
How structurally sound is it? It is... I don't know. Are you like pushing on it when you get up to it? Are you approaching the structure?
Yes, we think this is where
Okay.
where
So as you
things are being made.
start pushing on it and stuff, I mean, it depends how hard you push. It, you know, it seems sturdy enough, but I mean, you're pretty tough.
Yeah.
You could stand on it. You can lean against
You
it.
know what? I'll figure it out if it becomes necessary.
Oh, I see.
I think that's what it is. Is if you need more room, Ventorum, I will make more room for you.
Okay. There is a chance I might need more room.
There's a chance he might be making his own room.
That's true.
Yeah,
So-
I'll try to prevent that. I'll try to get it in a good enough space. We'll see.
Okay. But, I mean, it's for the kids. We gotta go.
It's for the
If-
kids.
If things become too much, hopefully I can aim it
Maybe we can
at the
branch
wasps
again.
more.
Yeah, that too.
Aphid, quick aside. During this last week,
Mhm.
which has been officially your first week at the academy, you have heard rumors about Ventorum. He seems to be the talk of the town. Not only is he a pipsqueak little human like yourself, he kind of has a reputation for screwing things up in a kind of a violent manner when it comes to magic. He's known for having a very poor control over his abilities.
Over his
Yeah,
okay.
he's also like
Now I've seen him do his wind magic somewhat to a degree so far,
You
a couple
see,
times.
you've seen the stuff that he's good at, which is the flying, the wind slash, and the
that's it.
advanced stuff. The simple
Okay.
stuff, or like anything besides that, he doesn't do too often because he's kind of bad at it.
Yeah, like you probably during. Let me paint some scenes that have happened since you've arrived. You've heard about his that he has some. You've heard people talk about his power, like it's like incredible how much force he can generate. But you've also seen like heard a crash one time when you're out in the square, and saw like a table flying out a window, and later learned that was him who kind of threw the table out the window. He doesn't have the best marks in his classes, but he's met with like really weird mixed reviews. Some people are like, yeah, he's like incredible, and others are like, are you kidding? He's a buffoon.
Yes. And also, might need to confess something, Aphid, before we go into this cave. I may be a bit claustrophobic.
Okay. All right.
That is what Ventorum will say.
It shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, we should be fine. We should be just fine.
I will make you room. if you need to.
So yeah, shall we continue? Is Theatrix still with us?
She is grudgingly following. I imagine her and Aphid are both kind of sticking behind you two. She's like, yeah, you know, she glances over to you, Aphid, and says, "You're the only sane one out of these people." And
You have not seen what we have seen. Let us go.
I suppose sanity is a I don't know.
I mean,
How big is this cave? Like the whole structure, right? It has to be big.
yes, it's
right?
reaching.
Like,
It kind of slants backwards, like it slants up. It gets bigger as it goes, and at its height, it's I'd say it's about 20 to 25 feet tall. And once you
Just a little bit ahead of it.
no, once you look in, Osama, you're able to see clearly to scout it out. The entire area is, well, this part is quite cramped. It's like, well, I guess that's not that cramped. It's, think of it like a room, like a typical room. It's maybe like 10 feet tall and like 10 feet across as well.
Okay.
All right.
I think we'll be fine then for him.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still gonna go in.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna.
I'll kind of crawl.
Yeah, and I would imagine you're incapable of flying in such a small area, since it
Yeah.
kind of requires a lot of air.
Yeah.
So do you climb inside and face the darkness within?
Yes. Well, I mean, I'm behind. I'm gonna be behind Osama, so I'll have my night lights lead the way.
Yeah, I'll light the stove.
Fortunately, Osama is able to fully light the cave for you in a kind of a, like a starlight kind of way. It's not super bright, but it's like it's like walking under the moon. It's no darker inside than it was walking here. Well, than it would have been back in the fields when you left. And yeah, as you climb in and begin making your way through, the tunnels are like they slant upward and they turn and twist around a little bit. You may feel like you're getting a little bit lost, and you do come to a few different like turning areas. But you're able to follow the sound of the humming. And I imagine do you go toward where the humming's strongest, or?
Yes.
Totally.
Well. Right, well,
Shouldn't we?
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, well, okay, here's a question. Why are there areas that don't have humming? The humming is where these things are, which we want to get rid of them anyway, so it's probably best to go there. But we also know that maybe they store things in other areas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Perhaps.
It's hard.
Looks
I don't
like
imagine
for something.
keeping anything alive. I'm kind of terrified of what we're going to find.
As you go through the tunnels, they are shrinking and getting smaller and smaller. Osama, it becomes difficult for you to move.
That's not good.
Ventorum, you are likely freaking out. In fact, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to give you... Well, I gave someone a story point before. Do I still have a story point? Who has what?
I have
I have one.
You have one. I think I gave one to... I might have given one to Kethis. I did, I think. I gave one to Kethis. Kethis isn't here, so I'm going to give mine instead to Ventorum, and I'm going to ask you to make a focus check for your claustrophobia.
Yep. I got a
Cool.
6. I got a 6.
That is good. And that story point
I don't
will
blow up yet.
account for the whole time you're in here.
Yeah. Yeah, just tell me when to roll.
Should I, Ventorum? Should I try to make this path a little bigger? I'm feeling kind of stuck in here too.
Yeah, you're at the point where you're having to like crawl on your like elbows. Your army crawling through here.
I almost feel like I want to just kind of push through, but I'll probably break the walls. Maybe that's not a bad thing.
Don't worry about me. Do what you need to do to move forward. Alright. I'm doing okay. I'm doing
All right.
fine.
As long as it's not narrow enough to where I can't move at all, that's great. But Beatrix, what kind of potions you said you had again? You had something that you said something that makes you grow. Do you have anything that makes you not grow?
What's that? I can't hear you. You're really far away.
Is that just because my head is like 18 feet that way, my feet are just back there?
That is exactly why.
Great. Let's just keep going forward.
A shrinking potion would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
She even, Ventorum, you hear her say, you know what, a shrinking potion might be helpful. maybe
That would be,
maybe
yeah.
I should start working on learning, on getting that one down. And as you get through, I'm gonna have Osama. I'm actually gonna have you make a mobility check.
A mobility check,
A mobility check. Just to and it will be stressful. This one will have a risk to it. And it will be a reduced risk. It'll be a base 6 physical stress.
And since I'm in tight quarters,
That is why you are making the check.
okay. That's why I'm making this check.
Gosh. Yeah, a wasp comes and stings you in the face repeatedly, and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah, I'm like, thinking like, oh gosh. I got a 5 and a 3.
Okay. 5 is good enough. You do not get stuck while suffering through this. You do, however, take 1 physical stress just from the strain of, like, there are times when you have to, like, force your shoulders through, and some like the what is this stuff made of? I can't think of words today. The sharp bits that are made of, like, dig into your shoulders and stuff, and you do have to like flex your muscles occasionally,
Like
and like crack it out.
Mm-hmm.
But you all eventually make it, and I suppose, Osama, you're the only one who sees it, but you make it to an area where the humming is very, very loud. And it's honestly so loud that you can barely hear anything else. And peeking out is your light still on?
Is it a good idea? Probably not a good idea but I've had it on this whole time. I don't know if I've had the thinking to not glow. I would probably not want to glow in this area right now. But would Osama especially knowing that Ventorum kind of needs... I can't imagine being completely in the dark would help your claustrophobia.
You know what? Story point, like, Ventorum will probably nudge Osama, like, turn off the glowing. I'll use a story point if I need to for that.
That sounds like a good...
I feel like I should.
Yeah, that sounds like a good use of it. As he...
Alright.
And
yeah, so I won't glow, and I'll even use my circlet to help me. I mean, actually, I don't need to use my circlet. I can blend into the darkness already.
about to say, wasp and do.
Cave and do.
Yeah, you would want to change to
Okay.
cave and do form to do that. But you can.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Yeah.
Does it take AP? I don't think it even takes AP, does it?
No, it's
Cool.
just the
Yeah,
circlet
so
does its thing.
So, yeah, I will let you make a quick. Well, it doesn't even matter, dude. Doesn't even. It's pitch black in here. They can't see you anyway.
Yeah.
By not glowing, you are able to see, because of your vision, a lot of smaller giant wasps, as well as some bigger ones. You think, at least one. You see at least one like large wasp that seems to be like tending to the smaller ones. And I will let you decide how you want to proceed with this knowledge. They don't seem to notice you at the moment.
You may also feel something on your ankle.
You tickling them?
I don't want to feel anything on my right now.
It's Ventorum's tying a rope around your ankle that he's gonna use for him, Theatrix, and Aphid to help guide us forward, because you're the only one who can see.
We do like a human chicken.
Okay, so I see small wasps, many, some big wasps, and I don't see any signs of cattle or children.
You do see a sign of cattle. You see a bunch of giant baby wasps munching on a cattle's corpse. And you might also see some like refuse piled up in the corners. A mix of bones of various creatures. Mostly large bones.
Mostly. Okay. This is on me now. Okay, we know that these are just creatures living their life. They're attacking the town, though. Okay. I kind of, I don't know. Would Ventorm be able to hear me over all the buzzing if I were to say something to him?
Oh, you can try. I don't know. That's up to you if you want to. I mean, he's pretty far back, and you are facing away from him, and your head's probably closer to the wasps than they are to him.
Yep. I've kind of gathered all of this here. Oof. This is what I'm going to do. We came here. I don't see any children. The cattle are dead, being munched on. And we basically did come here to exterminate these wasps. I'm going to go in, stand, and I'm going to go grapple one of the large wasp and use my secondary to throw my explosive potion to get as many of the small wasps as possible.
Okay. Interesting. Go ahead and roll me first you're just busting in?
Am I just busting in? Well, I'm at that entrance, right? And I believe.
But you're like you're army crawling with an 18-foot carriage behind you. Oh, and it does open up here. This is important. Like this area opens up and it's very large. Like you could stand in it.
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, I'll just if they don't see me and they don't seem to sense my presence, yeah, I'll go and I'll stand up. Otherwise, I can throw out Star Talon from any
You
position,
can.
since it's kind of like it's controlled by my mind,
That is fair.
my soul.
Yeah, that's a good point. Make me a mobility check to see if you can successfully throw the potion or not.
Okay. 6 and a 5.
You expertly wiggle your tail side out quickly after shooting Star Talon, and you said you're grappling the big one. Start with that.
I'm gonna grapple. Yep. I'm going to activate my expert.
And I will point out that there are a ton of these things in here.
Yeah, mostly the small ones.
Yeah, mostly the small ones.
Yeah, and I tried throwing the potion into the largest concentration of them. Here comes my grapple expert roll. I got a 6, 3, and a 1. I'll re-roll my 1. 6 and 2 3s, so I rolled a 6 plus 1 because of my expert, so 2 hits.
6 plus 1. Okay. You
Yep.
manage to just wrap your the hook around part of the wasp. It's entangling. It's not quite like secured, but actually it is secured. You have it grappled.
Yeah.
Although
It's being
not as
grappled.
much as you would have hoped. It is an agile little creature, and it reacted very quickly to you. And please remind me what the potion does.
It is 1 damage AoE, so it's an area of effect. 1 damage per star.
They are relatively close together. I'm gonna ask you to simply roll a d6, and it hits that many. Does that sound? Actually, do you have a skill that would be relevant?
You had me roll the mobility to see if I could throw it. Do I have a skill that would be relevant?
Probably not.
No.
What's your
Not
combat?
really.
It's a combat one.
Yeah, my combat's
Roll
1.
a just roll a d6, and it'll hit that many.
Great. 3.
3. All right, that's 3 damage.
Hey, that's great. That's a lot.
As you get in there, and you know, before you even leave, this is kind of what happens. So before you even get out of the tunnel that you're in, you shoot Star Talon out of your wrist and begin grappling. The wasps begin freaking out at this strange intruder. They're not sure what's going on. That gives you the time to shimmy out. You reach around and find the vial or the flask that you have. Throw it on the ground, and it explodes, and you hear the like shrieks of some little baby wasps as it starts, and the sound of like sizzling as it starts eating through their armor. And as it starts eating through their armor, and you you are kind of in combat at this point. Do you, Ventorum, you feel the rope like pulling you along suddenly as you were like making sure you're like telling everyone like, okay guys, I made this rope for you, here, grab it so that you can move, and then it just suddenly like jerks forward as he as he runs out. You have a rope going off your ankle, you have a rope coming out your arm. You're just like one big like accessory on a rope.
I will just go with it. I trust the rope.
Is it dark?
Does it benefit me more that they can't see me? Or does it benefit me more that my compatriots can see them? I can see from. I don't know if I would think about it. It's going to be dark this round. This round, it's dark.
Okay. And Ventorum. Some of the small ones begin swarming toward you. You are at risk. I'm going to say that we're going to split it up. Osma is fighting the large one, and Aphid, are you going to come out of the chamber this round?
I have to think about that.
It's pretty much black in there.
Oh, it's dark. Okay. Yeah. If it will probably kind of stick to the edge of the cave.
Okay.
Yeah. He's gonna come out this round. Yeah.
All right. Okay. We've got 4 on you, Ventorum.
Alright. So I will attack any buzzing that I hear come towards me with slashes.
You
just roll combat,
you
or is
will.
there any modifiers
You're
there?
definitely rolling with disadvantage. You are blind. Actually, yeah. Let me check.
Okay.
There is a blinded condition that we have recorded. You are blinded, and therefore you have.
They are also blinded, though.
The wasps live in the darkness. You think that they're inhibited?
Oh, maybe not.
You just have disadvantage. That's all. That's fine.
Cool. Oh. Ah. Oh.
Heh.
I will gain a hero. Oh no, it's like nervous laughter.
Oh.
Die here. I have.
Okay, that sucks.
Well, it didn't matter that you had disadvantage then.
Oh no, I did roll a 4 that got dropped.
Oh,
The
I'm sorry.
So
triple threes. That happened.
yeah, so here's an interesting thing. You still have -1 risk, right? -1 risk from your multi-defender.
That's true. Yes.
So your risk is not terrible. It's at +2.
That's still scary.
6 stress, 6 physical stress.
Yeah, that's scary.
As you're swinging around in the darkness, you get. Oh,
That's help. That's definitely help.
that is health.
Yeah, when I hear the scream, I might decide to light up.
So
Like, oh, I forgot.
Ventorum, make a might.
Yes.
Make a might check.
Oh,
I got a 4.
As you get stabbed, you feel your muscles begin trembling and they become a little harder to move, but you shake it off. Sorry, I've thrown 2 things that want to eat you in the last couple sessions.
oh, good thing we have Theatrix with us.
You do have Theatrix with you. Aphid, you have 1, or you hear 1 near you. You hear like the flitting, like around you.
Alrighty.
It sounds smaller than the one that you had seen outside. It's like a higher pitched.
Can I can't tell exactly where it is, right?
No, you just have disadvantage on your attack. You can't tell exactly where it is. But you know it's, if you like swung your arm around, you'd probably hit it.
Okay. So that's what he does. He's using his cane for a little bit extra reach, or just in case. He's gonna swing wildly.
Reckless swing.
I swear.
So with disadvantage, is it just the worst of the
You'll roll
rolls?
and die. And then, yeah.
Okay.
And then drop the highest.
And roll on these
So-
guys diminished.
Ooh.
Diminished.
That means
So
4s count as failures.
Okay. Okay.
Nice. Your cane does make purchase as you are swinging it, and you hear a
bravo.
cracking sound, and feel something giving way, and the buzzing sound like kind of palpitates a little bit before resuming. Also, you are totally fine. That's a critical that's a critical mitigate. And you hear
Yeah.
Theatrix kind of like, yeah, you hear Theatrix scream.
Oh yeah, that's definitely. I'm gonna light up the room.
I'm going to give you the option if you want. Just how bright are you making it?
How
How
bright?
bright are you making it?
I mean, I'm gonna go as bright as I can. I think I'm pretty startled by hearing both Ventorum and Theatrix being hurt.
Would you
I mean, I can see everything, but I want them to be able to see.
be willing to invoke?
Yes.
All right. As you put all of your effort that you can into shining as brightly as possible, making the area almost as light as daylight, Ventorum and Aphid, it's hard to see. It's a little bit hard to see. Like it kind of like takes you by surprise. You have to shield your eyes for a moment. But the wasps seem to be taking it worse. And you all have advantage on your checks this round against the wasps.
Right. I'll continue with my grappling of this big guy. I don't want to lose the grapple.
Oh
on
yeah,
him.
he is
Still
starting
comes-
to slip a little bit.
Let's see. That's. Ooh, how does this work with advantage and reroll? Do I drop the lowest first, or do I reroll a 1 first?
So you roll an extra die, you drop the lowest. That's an interesting question. Order of operations does matter. I think advantage versus disadvantage, the point is to give you the best or worst outcome, so you would apply it last. So do the rerolls first.
So
That's
got it.
I don't know how that's never come into question before.
Well, it made a big difference. It turned my one hit into 2 hits. I have a 5 and a 4.
Excellent.
And I'll crush a Starbuck too.
Oh, to do an extra hit.
I'll spend a Starbuck.
Okay. You seem to have it mostly under control. at this point. But that was just a 5, correct? And I will remind you, you also have you have 3 of the smaller ones also swarming you.
I imagine it uses my secondary to use the Starbuck.
No, it's fine. It's just a.
Oh well, if it doesn't, then I might throw out my Fang's vial, because this is just a terrible situation to be in. There's so many.
You sure could if you want. That's the other one. That's the same potion, right?
It's slightly different. It has the same 1 damage AoE, but it also inflicts blinding because it's acid.
Okay. They're currently blinded.
Yeah,
but if
so
you want to
maybe
do it,
not right now.
if you want to do it now, I'll just extend it over to the next round.
That would be great.
All right. So go ahead and roll a d6. And you're doing this while getting 6. All right, 6 of them. That is very good. I'm just gonna go. Honestly, I'm just gonna do it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and yeah, 6. One of the ones. Where are you throwing it? I'll let you choose that. Which area are you throwing it in?
Probably. You mean like the ones attacking Ventorum would probably be. I would want to be helping him so he can help me.
Ventorum. The flask actually will. Yeah, the flask will melt through the carapace of one of them completely. Its wings, it melts through the wings, and they begin like dissipating, and it falls down to the ground and is like tries to. It gives up basically. It's not dead, but it's very clearly like in horrible pain and no longer seems interested in attacking whatever meal just came in. You see it like convulsing on the ground back and forth.
Oh.
Yes, it's a horrible sight to behold. I mean, you're using Fang's poison. What do you expect?
I know. I had to get rid of it. I can't be holding on to that forever. And this is like terrifying giant wasps.
Mm-hmm.
All
right.
So
good use. I think this is a good use. It's a strong, scary potion.
Also, as that's happening, you're at a +3 risk because you're fighting 4 opponents.
Yeah.
Yeah, take 8 physical stress. As
8
physical stress as a needle, as a stinger buries itself in your low back. You reach up and like howl in pain and make a might check.
I'll take 7.
Take 7
as a magical shield. Like it like has to crash through a magical shield, so it doesn't go quite as far.
That is very fair. Some like starlight glimmers around your body where it happens, and it like that area becomes extra bright, like a little flashbang as it slows down the force that is entering. Did that do any physical? Did that do health damage to you?
Yes, it did 1 health damage.
Please roll our might check. Yours, however. Yeah, no, just roll them. You're really big. You're really, really big.
I am really.
I think it's fair to give you like at least, I guess, an enhancement.
Okay. I got a 5.
Similar to what I described with Ventorum, you feel like a tingling going up through your back where you got stabbed, and you feel like really stiff in that area. It's not enough to affect you at the moment, but you do feel, it feels like it feels like you woke up after getting kicked in the back really hard the previous day.
Yeah, not fun.
Ventorum, you have advantage.
All right. Quick glance. How is Aphid and Theatrix doing?
Theatrix is not a fighter, and she is like trying to dodge a wasp that is attacking her. Aphid is also fighting a single wasp, but you see like some goo dripping from the end of his cane.
Okay, so Aphid looks like he's got it handled. All right.
Cover it with foam, Beatrix.
Yeah, I will do my attack, but I also do want to take care of the one that's attacking Theatrix.
Okay.
And she's not a fighter.
She is... I will allow you to use your secondary action. Go ahead and make a mobility check right now.
Okay. 4.
Okay, you can treat her as within melee range of yourself.
Okay. Cool. And then I'm actually gonna... I have 2 pixels. I'm gonna up my multi-attacker.
Oh!
And I'm gonna attack all the wasps around me.
That's huge.
Ooh. Wow, we're seeing an upgrade.
We're gonna
here.
see it being overpowered now. Let's go.
All right. I got a 6 and a 4. How many multi-attack dice do I roll?
All 3.
Perfect.
On average, he should get at least 1.
I got 1.
All right. Yes. That's a lot.
A total of 3 hits.
That is a total of actually explain to me. So you said you had a 6 and a 5, is that right?
A 6 and a 4.
6 and a 4. These are diminished against these enemies. But that's still 2 hits. We'll give.
Right.
So yeah, you do take, and that you rolled with advantage, right?
Yes, I did roll with advantage.
I assume that you focus on the one attacking Theatrix first.
Yes.
She is pleased as you... Well, I don't know if she's pleased. She's kind of horrified and grossed out as bug guts squirt out on her out of nowhere. But, she'll probably forgive you afterward. And
Yeah.
you do... you cut down 2 of the smaller wasps and are completely unharmed in doing so. You like... masterfully, you see her over there. You feel a rush of wind as you quickly strike. You swirl around at the ones that were attacking you and dash across the room to slay the one that was attacking Theatrix, and are completely unharmed. And
All right.
I do want to ask if you did your focus check from before when you took. Was it? What did we decide? When are you going
I
to do it?
just rolled it. When I take damage, I think it specifically health damage.
Okay.
So yeah, I just went ahead and rolled it, and got a 5 and a 1.
5 and a 1. And was that with the disadvantage from claustrophobia?
You're in open space now?
It's a pretty enclosed space still. I
Make
mean,
that a 3 and a 1.
make that a 3 and a 1. Okay. What is that doing?
Oh,
That was... hold on. Okay, this might be a little bit of the... Let me look at our pinned message.
I mean, it's big enough for me to stand in. Come on. Man.
What's that?
Sorry.
You said it's a big enough place for me to stand in for all these wasps.
That's right. It's not like I'm not fully losing control. I'm just taking mental damage.
Yeah, I mean, it's large enough for you to stand in, not like fully erect. It's like... It's still like a dank little cave area
Okay.
full of like skeletons and it's you know, you can stand in like a 10-foot tall area. That's about what it is. It's wasp height. Because keep in mind, wasps don't fly typically within their areas. They crawl. They crawl around. What name is this one? Da 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 da. Is this? You know, we're just gonna treat this as a save, I guess. Because I don't know what you're rolling against. You know. So.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, then we're gonna say and base. Honestly, I think base 6 is probably better, so we're gonna say 3 mental stress. We can talk about that a little more later because I guess we didn't really hammer it out as well as we thought we did. 3 mental stress. Okay. After all of that crazy stuff, it's still the same round. Nolan, you have advantage on whatever you want to do against the bug.
Against the bug. Hold on, I lost my character. Okay. I would like. Yeah, I'm gonna slap it again with my cane. I think that's what I'm going to do. I was considering hiding in plain sight, but I feel like if it had getting a good whack in and telling that there's, you know, he could tell it's a good whack, kind of gave him some confidence in this fight. I think he's going to stick around and keep whacking.
You're getting a little bit of adrenaline.
Yes, yeah. Alrighty, so I'm gonna roll that combat. Let's see what's on Discord. There it is. Okay. Okay, it's 2d6. So now activating my Jack of all trades, that would be another action point, right?
Yes.
Okay, so there we go. And I would re-roll that 3 with advantage, I'm assuming? That's how that works?
Yeah, so you would typically just roll all 3 dice at once and then drop the lowest.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a 5 and a 3. And the 5 is good enough. And you will have a little bit of stress coming toward you. And it will be 3 physical stress that you can block. But you smack the wasp with your cane, and it like spirals off and crashes into the wall like a helicopter with a damaged blade. Nice. You stand victorious against your mortal foe. You truly are the mightiest warrior here, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, did you tell Theatrix to use an expansion potion?
I did say maybe trapping them in foam would be a good use of that.
She throws one toward you, which will it's going to grapple. It's effectively going to grapple 2 of them, which is basically just going to take their risk away from you for this round since you're grappling something else.
Hey, that sounds.
So she reaches into her after being saved by Ventorum. She heeds your call by pulling out a flask and just chucking it across the room, and it shatters with a crash on the floor, and this like white foam just explodes out. Like think of like the elephant foam experiment or whatever, except it's very it's more solid.
Elephant
and
toothpaste.
Yeah, it's like the elephant toothpaste stuff, but a little more solid, and it surrounds two of the small wasps that were attacking you, and they're having a very hard time getting out of it. And it is still back to you, Osama.
Yeah. So I currently have control of this large wasp still. I'm going to activate suplex.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna swing this. I'll activate suplex and I'll activate my grapple expert. And I'm going to. Yeah, I'm gonna toss this wasp and maybe even towards the grappled one, the ones in foam. Just see if I can smush two bugs with one pull. You know, if there's left over, if it goes well, we'll see. All right, I got a. Yes. Oh wait, and I have advantage because it's
grappled.
on a grapple. Yeah.
It's also pacified
Okay. So,
because it's grappled by you.
and it's pacified. I got double sixes and the +1 from the grapple expert, so that's 4 hits.
That is. Let's see. So that's 1, 2, and then that's
Oh, and-
1.
Yeah. That's
You said you're attacking the ones in the foam.
yes.
You.
I mean, I'm attacking one.
Yes.
I'm tossing the big one. I want the hits to go as much to that first, and if there's left over, then yeah, it goes to the ones in the foam.
You swing the large wasp around and clear out the foam. Like the foam didn't even exist, basically. Like you swing it through the foam, and both of the wasps that were in it and the large wasp splat against the wall in a big foamy, gooey mess.
Yay!
That is 3 wasps down with that.
That feels so good.
Ventorum, you have advantage against yours because they are blinded from the potion.
Cool.
There
How
are
many?
2
About how many are
left
around me?
you, and there is only 1 by Sean. 1 by Osama. There are only 3 left total.
Okay.
Looking
All right.
good.
My goal is hopefully to try and take all of them out. So with my slashes and my wind slash. Yes. One moment. Okay. So I got 5 hits on my first
What?
roll. 2 6s and a 4, plus high roller because none of them failed.
Oh my god!
And also, guess I'll get a multi-attacker die,
2 of them.
which is a 5. Oh, and a 6. So yeah, that's 7 hits total.
No way. Oh my god. I just spent 2 AP to get the 4 hits. Oh! That's awesome. I've never seen that ever.
So, are there any more wasps
there are
in the
not.
room?
And in fact, all you hear now is a low droning sound, deeper in. There's just a lot of goo. There's some foam. Things are like falling off the walls. There's a big, massive bone and goop and foam in one corner, and Theatrix is flicking goop off of. She's like trying to wipe the line, the slash of goop off of her dress, or her, what is it, a robe, and yeah, Aphid is completely pristine and more or less unharmed. You're, I mean, I don't know. You took some stress though. You might have had like your hair get messed up or something. You might even be sweating. I don't know.
So the way stress is assigned, it's up to like I can assign it to any type of box, right? Like, so it's better to like split it evenly across.
So you are going to be using your physical box here. It was physical
Oh,
stress,
physical.
and so
Okay.
you will take 3. Um, but remember, each of these is incremental. So the first one's worth 1, second's worth 2, and third is worth 3.
Oh,
So
okay.
all you need
Yes.
to
Okay.
check is the 3 box.
Alrighty.
Each bar is a total of 6. I'm assuming you're like reverse checking.
The
Oh, okay.
from left to right.
So you can only block one. You can only check one box of per type of stress.
Oh, okay.
So you
Okay.
you could do the 3 box, or if you want to split it up 2 and 1, it would have to be like 2 in the first one and 1 in the second one down. So you have
Okay, I
yeah,
see.
it's the conditional, then the universal, and then you get to health. And once you get to health, that's when you can start checking all of them, because once you run out of those, you start having bad things happen.
Okay.
Yeah, don't want to do that. Been there, done that.
Cool. You are safe for the moment, and you seem
For the
to
moment, we're
have
still.
found their nursery and eliminated most of the at least a large portion of the youth of this hive, of this colony.
If there's anything that looks like larvae or anything, I think it's probably safe to destroy those.
You might find you don't see anything in here.
I know I don't. I'm not gonna like it, but I do want to check the bones. Are there any human bones?
You do find some human bones. Like you can notice a few skulls. Not many, a few. Like, I don't know how long you look. You might just see one if you're just looking around a little bit. It mostly seems to be like cattle and sheep. Maybe some dogs. It seems like the kind of things that would be out in like farmland.
Right.
Wait. Hey, Beatrix, have you learned anything in your potions class about anti-venom, anti-poison, or antidotes?
I don't.
Is there anything you can do with the stingers?
Oh,
They gave an off sting.
I could. Yes. I don't have any anti-venoms right now, but yes, I could definitely collect that from this. Good thinking. And we're gonna say that
We need an antidote.
Theatrix has unlocked antidote or poison antidote.
All right.
And we'll say she's working on shrinking potion, although that might take a little while longer. Very cool.
Okay. Mentorum, how are you doing? Okay. I
Yes.
think you got hit a little bit harder than I did.
I'm fine.
You're fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't need one of Theatrix's potions yet.
Save them.
Save him. Save him. Okay.
Yep.
Let's do this. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's not good. This is not good at all.
As you continue toward the low humming sound, you once again enter a smaller tunnel that you have to traverse through, crawling or whatever you must do. Smaller just being, again, like 8 feet tall, maybe 6 feet. And you you first see, again, are you glowing, Osama?
I think we might. Well, I think we just need to go through and see.
Okay.
Because it didn't seem to affect them when it was dark.
I will say then that you may make a mobility save. As you're getting through, you encounter a wasp that does, one of the large ones that does like fly straight at you. You may make a save to get out of the way before it does too much harm to you.
Ooh. Hey. Shit. I'm gonna use. I might use my. Would my Starbucks help? Might help if I roll more dice. I might not get as hurt. It's not necessarily true. Shit. Can I use my story point, maybe?
Sure. You dodge out of the way, and you quickly just like as it's flying towards you, you don't even dodge. As it's coming towards you, you just shoot Star Talon out as a missile and impale it like you did the first one, and it falls to the ground as you crawl out, and you see an immense creature that seems wasp-like. It seems like a really blobulous version of a wasp. This thing is sitting like 15 feet tall, just sitting on the ground, and it seems so large that it wouldn't even really be capable of moving very easily. You also notice a large amount of, large being like 10 or 12 eggs around the room.
I believe we found the queen.
Yes, this is what we've been looking for.
Okay. Eggs, queen. Yeah, we should just.
This chamber is also glowing with an eerie blue, and you notice it seems like there are runes carved around.
Oh, there are runes carved around. Are any of them familiar? Any like runes for corruption or transfiguration for organisms? Because that's the only two that I've seen before.
You specifically
studies.
mentioning that, you do recognize that it seems to be some sort of spell designed to transfigure organisms.
No, that's so terrible. Not again.
The runes, what are they carved into the
no.
papery wall, or what exactly?
You see, you actually see them on stones scattered about the area.
I feel like I've asked gosh, what's his name? The rune crafting teacher.
Kaderi?
Kaderi. I've asked Kaderi about destroying runes. Like, break the stone that it's carved in. Would it dispel the effect?
Yes, that's how you did it before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. So it's in stones scattered throughout.
Yes, like small boulders, like a big, like a rock. We'll say a rock, not
Mhm.
Like a foot across or 8 inches.
Well, it looks like how many?
Just like 8 or so. Just they're kind of like thrown around in a circle around this area. As you're investigating them, the queen begins making a screeching sound and starts like moving toward you with its big pincery like scythes of hands.
I am making a quick decision here, and this is probably not my best first move. But I'm going to, because I know about those rune stones, I'm going to activate suplex right away, and I'm going to grapple the stone and use the stone as a crushing projectile at the queen to break the stone and damage the queen. Is that okay?
I mean, that's not how suplex works, but if you want to invoke it, go ahead. Let's see what happens.
I don't have enough to invoke that.
Okay.
All right. I realize I can't do that in the moment. I'll grapple the queen.
Okay. And you also champion, so.
I do have champion. That's true.
Or if you want to activate the rune stone, I don't care. I don't know. I'm fine with it. Just spend a resource.
Yeah. In this case, I think I'm gonna just go and grapple the queen. Maybe that's my better move at the moment. And do I spend my? I'm just gonna go ahead and spend that Starbuck now. Spend my last Starbuck.
Before you commit to that, I will say your roll is enhanced.
Oh. Well, before I commit to that, I guess I'll be a little retroactive with the Starbuck and see what my roll is first. And then re-roll my 1. I got a 6, a 5, and a 4.
You fully grapple it. It does not put up much of a fight.
Yeah, I didn't imagine it could move very much.
You just like it wraps around the different areas, and she just kind of is making like a weird squeaky, screechy sound as it moves its little hands, kind of harmlessly. I mean, if they came near you, it would probably hurt, but it's not near you. And yeah, you're in control of the situation. It's kind of seems a little bit sad. Like this thing doesn't seem to have much that it can defend itself with.
All right. Well, I was there too when Kaderi was telling us about breaking runestones, and I had a very similar idea to Osama. I pick up one of the runestones, and I use air cannon with it.
Okay.
Which to blast it forward. Oh, go ahead.
Just go ahead. Yeah, if you want to do that.
Yeah, I forgot to give myself 3 AP when I took that universal stress.
Don't even spend AP on this.
And I'm gonna use don't spend AP.
Osama's pretty much has it beaten completely.
Oh, okay.
No.
In that case, while it's being, I'll just start chalking them against the wall with the air cannon. Just start smashing them.
Okay, and this room, by the way, also has stone on one end, you see as you're like blasting them against the wall, you break open parts of it. You make a small opening that leads out into fresh air, and some of it is hitting up against what seems to be the side of a hill or a mountain. Yeah, you're able to break the runestones. And Osama, as you pull the queen away, you can also see that there is a larger stone that she was sitting on top of that seemed to be the kind of like the main crux of the enchantment.
Well, there we go. I pretty much have her under control. Yep. Am I experiencing any decay on her?
Or, I mean, you've completed the challenge.
A little bit. Oh, okay, good. Great. Maybe I'll just kind of walk around with Kyler, and I'll pick up like one of the smaller stones, and I'll use my might to crush it down onto the larger stone she was sitting on. Kind of move her out of the way.
That is fair. You crack the larger stone, and the glow diminishes and ceases as it breaks.
Mm-hmm. So, Osama, what did these runes say? Yes, I know it wasn't good, but what exactly was it?
Some of these runes looked very familiar. I could not make out the whole thing, but it seemed to be a spell around transfiguration.
After hearing that, Ventorum will break open one of the eggs. Not with its sword, though.
You, find a gooey mass of larval material.
Okay.
No scraps of cloth or human-like?
No, just larval material.
We didn't just kill a bunch of transfigured kids as wasps.
No, who would do that? I wouldn't do that to you.
No.
You evil man.
Again, you.
I wouldn't do that to you
Which...
twice. It's predictable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's something we're worried about. We still don't know where the kids are.
I mean, we don't know how many kids were taken, and there were human skeletons.
No one said anything about kids. We said missing people. I don't know why you're assuming they're all children.
Children. You did say some missing children. Jeremiah said missing children.
When we got to the village, you did make a point say there doesn't seem to be any children running around.
But I guess the curfew could have been another explanation of that.
That would make sense.
Playing with our heartstrings. Jeez.
Still. Let's just finish up here.
Yeah, you might want to make sure we've really cleared out this whole hive. But I think taking care of this queen...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, take care of the queens and the eggs should be enough.
You want to do the official honor of... I mean, I pretty much just have the queen on a rope.
Mm-hmm.
Cut back the head to we can bring it back. That seems very appropriate, I guess.
You guys are violent.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can't let this thing live. There's some problems with this, and it's clearly been transfigured by someone did this. Someone planned this. This isn't
natural. Like, And
We're putting
it's not
pieces
even
up
an
here.
isolated occasion. This is the second time we've seen something like this.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll finish it off.
Okay.
Did you see something like this in this region? Like, is it
Yeah,
okay?
not. Yeah, it wasn't too far. It was spring.
Yes.
Where a giant mushroom monster appeared because of another corruption rune. Alright. Yeah. Finish off the queen,
Kill off the
the
light.
eggs,
Mhm.
and we'll head back to the village.
Okay, Osama, I assume you like punch your way out of the walls where
Yeah.
where Ventorum had already blasted some stones through it. You make yourself an exit and roll. I'm gonna have you like no, yeah. You both have no. You all have sense.
Now we all have sense, yeah.
You
Mhm.
hear the sound of chains rattling in the treetops in the distance, moving further away from you.
Chains.
I fly after it as fast as I can.
Okay.
I
If you're gonna do that, we are going to make a I'm just gonna have you do a very difficult mobility check. Very difficult, meaning 2 gates.
Okay.
Can I launch?
Can you what?
Can I throw you for him? Give you some extra speed off of your. I don't know if that would help. Can I assist his mobility by launching him?
If you do you want to be launched, Ventorum?
I probably don't stop long enough to really coordinate it.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
as soon as we hear the chains, I am off.
I think that is
Okay. Yeah.
fair to decline that request then. Go ahead and roll. It is double gated.
Yeah. So I have a mobility of 3. I'm also going to activate whirlwind movement. That has me treated as a 4, so if I succeed, that's an automatic success on top of it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Gosh, I've used all my resources.
I'm going to use my last hero point. I got double 4s, and then whirlwind movement does give me 3 hits.
Okay. Now
If there's any mitigation, I'll take it.
nope. Now roll a it's not a challenge, just a series of checks. Now roll a
Okay.
sense check. Or investigate, whichever you prefer. Or sleuth, I mean.
Sense is higher for me.
Okay. Roll a sense check.
A 4 and a 5.
You catch, as you're flying, you catch a glimpse through the trees of what looks like an Endu hopping through the trees. And you can see some chains trailing behind him.
I feel... Didn't Kidu have chains with him?
Erikidu wielded
Erikidu,
chains,
sorry.
yes.
I will shout out, Erikidu.
You notice it. Let me roll for this, actually. It does not appear to notice you. Although it does seem to move faster after hearing that. or after you say that.
Mm-hmm.
I will leave it up to you if you would like to attempt to pursue or not.
I don't think Ventorm would be able to. Like, adrenaline pumping. But he's, like, covered in wounds. Probably poisoned.
Probably poisoned.
Yes.
That could be a band
There's
name.
probably poisoned.
Yeah. Okay.
That'd be a great
Yeah.
single.
I
You know.
After that shout, that's probably the last of the strength I had in following him. And I'll just float to the ground. Like, probably when I shout it for a moment, just like wind picked up and everything. And then just that was it. Float down to the ground. Like, not even on my feet.
You're there, you know.
Osama and the others are able to get to you after just a few minutes' time. Yeah, I guess they'll take you back to the village. You feel free to discuss as much as you want on the walk back. Or as little as you want.
So, yeah, as we walk, I'm gonna ask Theatrix and the Aphid how they're doing. So, Aphid, how are you holding up?
And he's looking down at his silk pajamas and notices the tears.
Oh, no.
I'm absolutely terrible. I have these nice silk mesh PJs, and they are absolutely ruined. I don't think I can sleep in them tonight. I don't know what to sleep in now. I have these. I don't even know these fine cotton clothes, but they are. I don't need those.
I'll just
I have a few scrapes too. And they're gonna mar my complexion tomorrow. I'm gonna look absolutely pallid.
I put a hand on his shoulder. Won't have trouble sleeping, at least. That's all the comfort I could really give to him.
You gonna knock him out?
No. Just after everything, I'd be surprised if he's not exhausted when we get back.
Theatrix does, she, like, is holding her arm, has her left hand across her, and is holding, like, her upper arm area, which you can tell is the area that had been stricken. And she says, I'm mostly fine, but I'll have to mend my sleeve when we get back.
Okay.
Hmm.
How does Osama look? Okay, no.
Ugly.
He looks frazzled. But yeah, he just has the one wound on his back, which he occasionally scratches at. But yeah, he seems troubled.
As you walk back to town,
Alright.
the stiffness seems to wear off a little bit in the areas that you'd been stung, the two of you who had been hit.
Okay. I will tell them. I believe that was Arakido.
I thought so too at the sound of the chains.
Mm-hmm. I called out to him, and he only started moving faster.
There's a good chance he is involved in these incidences.
Mhm.
This worries me greatly.
Yeah.
Well, you make it back to the inn. I assume you just plop down and sleep.
Yep.
Did you say you're carrying the head of the queen with you?
Some sort of proof. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the head of the why not?
Theatrix
My
may
people.
suggest that you bring maybe like one of those stones that had runes on it.
Oh, yes.
Mhm.
That too. I will have multiple proofs of stone and head.
I think what she meant is don't bring the head.
Oh, don't bring the head. I'll bring the stones. I'll put the rune stones in my bindle.
All right. As you in the morning when you wake up, you're able to find. Well, when you wake up, the town seems busier. It seems more lively. Like you actually find like one person eating at the inn. You see people out on the streets. You see some kids playing around, and things seem like more or less a normal town. A normal town. Now that it's morning, and you do see farmers out tilling the fields and the like, and you also see Jeremiah out in his field with the dog walking alongside him.
Mhm.
Part of me is a little I'm like, oh, this had nothing to do with the possible dragon things for Clog Arm. This isn't gonna help poor Frederick. But yeah, let's go talk to Jeremiah.
Mhm. Also, besides, I don't think they're in any danger from the dragon either. I think whatever's happening is more tied to these runes.
Hmm. Yes.
Yeah, I agree with you. To Jeremiah.
As you approach him in his field, he sticks what might he be using, like a shovel down? A hoe. He sticks his hoe down down and like leans up against it as he looks at you approaching, and he says, "Well, well, well. So you made it. At least I think that's all of you."
Mm-hmm.
It
Yes.
You didn't do nothing, did you? You just went and slept in a cozy bed in that inn.
I look.
I walked down the head of the of the queen and some of the stones.
So you did still bring that?
We found your problem.
What in the Nine Realms is that?
A wasp.
A wasp? I've never seen a wasp like that.
Big
Looks
wasp.
like a creepy dead fish monster.
And then you said you also dropped the runes, Osama?
Yeah.
It was
Broken.
And what's this? I just finished getting the
Okay.
stones out of my field. And now here you come dumping more rocks in front of me.
I'll take them back.
The rune stones.
Eh.
Apparently someone's been altering them with the runes.
Well.
To make him grow larger.
You shouldn't have any more troubles with missing cattle or missing persons. However, all that were taken have passed into the past the veil.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I figured as much. If what you say is true, if we don't have any more incidents in the next week or so, I suppose I will release the funds that I put within the guild. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
That creepy thing you got there was beginning to ruin me. And
Well, we hope that it will bring this town much more safety in the future.
I doubt it. Maybe for a short time. Now get along. Get out of here. You're dirtying up my dirt.
I think Osima's a little depressed after this.
Oh, and he looks. He sees Afe and says,
Ugh.
"Ah, okay. Looks. I see you got some character to you now. Good. You stick with these guys. They'll teach you right."
He looks at him and then he looks down at his clothes and he's just kind of confused and just kind of scoffs and walks off.
And come back here anytime if you want some work to do. And yeah, I believe if there's no other business, we can just kind of fast travel back to town and pretty much wrap this up. I don't know if there's anything, anyone else you wanted to talk to or anything you want to discuss.
I think probably apologize to Theatrix and Aphid for putting them in that situation.
Yeah, and thank Beatrix for that quick thinking, that foam potion. It helped me quite a bit.
Indeed. Aaron, you said use any potions that are left? Or
That would be great.
okay, so
yes.
she can heal for one.
Well, for one. Oh, actually, don't you just have 1 point of health?
I do just
Yeah,
have
take
one.
Well, you're
it.
gonna get a rest.
You take it.
Right?
Okay.
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
You,
Help.
you are
Oh,
going to have a
okay.
rest
Yeah, it'll
after
help
this.
me. Okay. All right. I'll take it then.
Take it.
Yeah. You'll have it. You'll heal that one anyway.
Okay.
I-
And that being said, I think this is a pretty good time to wrap it up. We'll, I mean, we can address it in the. We can address it next session. I mean, we'll take care of the upkeep stuff. We'll fast forward a week, right? So like this happened over like your weekend or whatever, and I want to make sure that I'm saying this correctly, but we had said that it was going to be, was it 5 gold? Plus whatever they can spare?
For the, I don't recall how much the.
I believe it was 5. We're gonna fast forward a like a week a little bit just for now, so we don't have to deal with it next time. And you get when you go back to the guild and ask about the funds, they give you 8 gold and a letter that is thanking you for for a job well done, for going out and risking your lives to help them, and explaining how things seem to have settled down again.
That's good.
All right. So that's 2 gold each. I can hold on to Osima's gold as well. So just let me know if you need me to use it on anything.
I might want to use it. Has Hypalon come back from
We will get into that next time. I just wanted to get
Okay.
done with the bookkeeping stuff, so we don't have to do that at the beginning. And we can do the rest of it over the
Yeah.
weekend, over the week. And also, I said 8. It should actually be 9. I kind of forgot about Theatrix. He paid you the amount that he promised, plus 1 gold piece per person.
Oh, okay. So,
Or 1 gold per person.
yeah. I guess. Alright. Yeah, I'll take it and then I'll divvy out. Well, yeah, hand out 2 gold piece per person. I guess based off of the Wild Yonder thing you posted before, I probably took the role of party leader.
Oh, it's a simple request, so it doesn't matter much.
Oh.
But yeah, if you want to take that, that's fine.
Yeah.
Just hold on to all of it, Ventorum.
Oh, well, I mean,
Ethan has his own funds.
it does get his fair share. Especially after sacrificing his pajamas for it.
After sacrificing his poor pajamas.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I also do make sure to give 2 gold to Beatrix for her assistance.
Yeah, she was very helpful.
That is very nice of you. She will say, excellent. I can probably use this to secure some extra training for working on that shrinking potion. And some other things. Could use a new robe now. And she punches you, Ventorum, in the arm.
Yeah, that probably hurts quite a bit, considering I was probably stabbed there.
and we'll end with her continuing to clobber you.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought it was a playful.
It was. It still is.
Oh, yeah.
Until he was like, that probably hurts.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just. Yeah. Yeah, like, it's playful, but also
Yeah.
I'm injured.
Like, don't worry, I'll heal you later.
Yeah.
Well, that was great. I think this is a good time to at least end the stream. And to anyone who was watching, I'll say thanks and see you later. And I will hit this cool little button, which is boop.